Welcome to a deep dive where we take a stack of sources and extract the most important insights custom tailored just for you. Today we're plunging into, well, a truly poignant and heartbreaking chapter from one of the world's most enduring epics. We're talking about the Ayodhya Kanda, the second book of the Ramayana. It's a text that dramatically shifts from initial triumph to a narrative steeped in sorrow, sacrifice, and some really profound moral dilemmas. Our mission today is to unpack how this ancient story explores the ultimate meaning of dharma, that complex concept of righteous duty and cosmic order, and how it often comes at the expense of personal happiness.
Exactly. And what's truly fascinating about this particular segment of the Ramayana, I think, is how it serves as such a powerful exploration of human nature under duress. And, the far-reaching consequences of choices, both the virtuous ones and the, well, ill-intended ones, we'll be drawing from excerpts of the Ayodhya Kanda, or Book of Ayodhya, to understand these intricate dynamics. Let's delve into what this epic teaches us.
Okay, so the Ayodhya Kanda kicks off by setting up this powerful paradox, doesn't it? You've got the universal joy surrounding King Dasharatha's decision. He's decided to crown Rama, his eldest and most virtuous son, as crown prince.
Right.
The entire city of Ayodhya is described as buzzing with, unbridled festivity. They're eagerly preparing for this huge coronation. Everyone, and this includes the king's other two wives, is apparently thrilled. They're envisioning this reign of justice and prosperity under Rama.
Absolutely. And this opening isn't just a happy beginning. It feels like the Ramayana is setting a subtle trap, in a way. This picture of unblemished harmony and widespread approval, well, in epic narratives, that often foreshadows a profound disruption.
Good point.
It really highlights the ultimate fragility of even the most ideal circumstances, making the impending shattering of this dream all the more impactful.
And shattered it is, quite dramatically. This missed turn in the narrative is particularly compelling because, as you said, that initial happiness just crumbles. Tragically, we're introduced to Manthara. She's Queen Kaikeyi's hunchbacked maid, and she's described as being filled with jealousy and malicious intent.
It's truly a chilling transformation, isn't it? Manthara is depicted as, well, poisoning Queen Kaikeyi's mind. She very cunningly manipulates her, plays on Kaikeyi's insecurities.
Oh, so...
She reminds her of the king's preference for Kausalya's son Rama, and basically convinces her that Rama's coronation would diminish Kaikeyi and her own son, Harada, and this fundamentally twists Kaikeyi's existing affection for Rama into this, burning desire for power and vengeance.
Wow. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How susceptible are even the most powerful individuals to these kinds of insidious whispers and manipulative tactics?
Exactly. And the source emphasizes Manthara's cunning manipulation. It really highlights the psychological aspect, how a seemingly strong bond, even love, can be twisted by external influence and, crucially, internal insecurities.
Yeah.
It's a stark reminder, I think, of the power of just a single malicious whisper to unravel even deep-seated love and loyalty.
So driven by Manthara's influence, Kaikeyi makes a move that completely upends everything. I mean, everything. She decides to invoke these two boons King Dasharatha had granted her long ago, a reward for saving his life in battle, apparently.
Right, past debt.
She sequesters herself in the anger chamber, quite the dramatic setting to await the king. Then she presents her two shocking demands. First, Rama must be exiled to the forest for 14 years.
14 years, yeah.
And second, her own son, Bharatha, must be crowned king of Ayodhya instead. And the king is just utterly shattered by this.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Dasharatha's reaction really showcases the incredible weight of a sacred promise in this context. He's described as being overcome with grief, his heart literally breaking. He pleads with Kaikeyi, offers her anything else in his kingdom, anything but this, but she remains absolutely firm. This moment, it really underscores the binding nature of a vow in this epic. It forces the king to accept demands that cause him to, well, the text says he collapses in agony. Despite their devastating personal cost, the vow is paramount.
What's truly striking, though, is Rama's response when he's finally informed of this terrible news. He shows this remarkable calm and composure. No anger, no sorrow, no resentment. It's almost unreal.
It is.
Instead, he accepts his exile with a serene heart. He views it as his dharma, his sacred duty to honor his father's vow. He then prepares to leave the palace after, a heartbreaking farewell to his mother Kausalya and his devastated father.
And this moment is absolutely a core teaching of the Ayodhya Kanda. Rama's profound sense of dharma, it dictates his actions entirely. He prioritizes his father's honor and the sanctity of that promise above his own personal desires or even his destiny. It illustrates a leadership quality, maybe, that puts principles and vows above personal comfort, even in the face of, let's be honest, immense injustice. It's not just duty in the simple sense. It's about maintaining cosmic order.
That's a profound takeaway, definitely. But thinking about it, for a listener today, maybe in a modern context where duty can sometimes feel, I don't know, a bit antiquated, how does Rama's unwavering acceptance resonate? Does it present an unattainable ideal, perhaps? Or is there a timeless lesson there on personal integrity?
That's a crucial question, absolutely. And while the scale of his sacrifice is, well, epic, the core lesson is perhaps more universal. Acting with integrity, upholding one's word, and prioritizing something greater than personal gain. That feels timeless. It challenges us, doesn't it, to consider what principles we truly value and whether we'd stand by them even when it costs us dearly. Rama embodies that ultimate commitment.
Okay, so Rama accepts his fate. But despite his intention to go into exile alone, two people just refuse to let him leave. First, his wife, Sita. A princess, raised in luxury, mind you. She insists on joining him. Her declaration of love and devotion is described as one of the most powerful moments. She famously states that a wife's place is with her husband, no matter the circumstances.
A really defining moment for her character.
Absolutely. And similarly, Rama's loyal brother, Lakshmana, declares he will serve Rama in the forest. He'll act as his shield and companion. His unwavering loyalty is just paramount. And so the three of them, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana, leave the kingdom, dressed in the simple robes of ascetics.
A key element to observe here, I think, is the active choice of devotion. It's not passive following.
Right.
These characters aren't merely, tagging along with Rama. They are making a profound statement about their own bonds, their understanding of their own duty, their own connection. Sita's insistence, for example, it actively challenges the conventional expectations for a royal princess at that time.
Totally.
While Lakshmana's unwavering support highlights this incredible depth of brotherly love and selfless service, their commitment really amplifies the sense of shared sacrifice.
So the exile of Rama plunges Ayodhya into this deep state of mourning. It's devastating for the kingdom. And tragically, King Dasharatha, well, he dies in a broken heart soon after Rama's departure.
Yeah, the grief is too much for him.
Meanwhile, Bharata, Kaikeyi's son, he was away when all this happened. He returns to learn of the events, and he is absolutely horrified by his mother's actions. He completely rejects the throne. Outright.
He does.
He condemns Kaikeyi's treachery and immediately goes to the forest to find Rama, begging him to come back.
Bharata's reaction is so important here. His immediate and unequivocal rejection of the throne, coupled with his condemnation of his own mother. It's such a powerful counterpoint to Kaikeyi's ambition.
It really is.
This moment forces us, the readers, to consider what is true righteousness when you're faced with ill-gotten gains. Bharata prioritizes integrity and the rightful order over any personal power or comfort that could come from his mother's deceitful actions. It's a profound act of moral clarity.
But Rama, true to form, refuses to return. He says he's bound by the solemn vow his father made. The promise must be kept.
Dharma again.
Exactly. So, Bharata, unwilling to actually sit on the throne himself, takes Rama's sandals, the padukas, as they're called back to Ayodhya, and he places these sandals on the throne. He rules as a regent, not as king.
A symbolic gesture.
A powerful symbolic gesture, yes, demonstrating his unwavering loyalty and Rama's true authority, even in absentia. The Ayodhya Kanda then concludes with Bharata ruling Ayodhya in Rama's name, just waiting for his brother's eventual return.
This is such a pivotal moment, that act with the sandals.
Yeah.
It's a profound statement about leadership and authority, isn't it? It clearly demonstrates that true power doesn't always reside with the one physically occupying the seat,
Right.
but rather with the principles and the rightful claim that person represents. It's really the ultimate act of selfless dedication to Dharma. It illustrates a form of governance where the leader is essentially a custodian holding the place for the rightful ruler. Quite remarkable.
So wrapping this up, what does this deep dive into the Ayodhya Kanda ultimately mean for us? What are the big takeaways? It's revealed this world where duty, sacrifice, loyalty, and the devastating consequences of ambition clash in the most poignant ways imaginable. It's a story about unbreakable vows, the insidious power of persuasion, like with Manthara, and the profound strength found in acceptance and adherence to principle.
I think it also shows us that heroism isn't always about, grand battles or physical prowess. Often, maybe most often, it's found in these quiet acts of unwavering integrity, steadfast loyalty, the willingness to uphold principles even when it costs dearly. That's Bharata, that's Rama, even Sita and Lakshmana in their own ways.
Yeah.
The Ayodhya Kanda offers us this incredibly complex tapestry of human emotions and moral choices that honestly still resonate very strongly today.
Definitely. So for you, our listener, maybe consider this as we finish up. What does true authority look like, especially when it's not held by the person physically on the throne? And thinking personally, what principles would you uphold, even in the face of immense personal sacrifice? Something to ponder.